Welcome to Today of All Days, episode 97.
Maybe I'll just go back to the 4x4s. Today is Soundscape Saturday, September 9th, 2017. And today is...
International Sudoku Day! Today is the day to celebrate the world-famous number puzzle. In 1979, the first Sudoku as we know it was published. There is no proof as to who invented Sudoku, but it is believed to be Howard Garnes. Some would even say it's a puzzle within itself.
Garnes was famous for his number puzzles published by Dell magazines. He was always mentioned in the list of contributors for the magazines where the Sudoku appeared. But he passed away in 1989 before he could witness his puzzle become a worldwide phenomenon.
There are puzzles very similar to Sudoku that predate it by almost 90 years. A French newspaper published a game with a partially completed 9x9 magic square with 3x3 subsquares. However, this puzzle could have double-digit answers.
In 1895, the newspaper further refined the puzzle by only using the numbers 1 through 9. They also made it so the diagonal line also contains 1 to 9. This addition creates only one true solution to the puzzle. Sudoku, however, can sometimes have multiple solutions. I knew it! I'm not crazy! You can solve a Sudoku more than one way! And that brings us to...
Today in History. In 1950, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, The Hank McCune Show first aired on primetime TV.
The series was cancelled 3 months after its debut. But that's not what it has become famous for. The Hank McCune Show was the first ever to use a laugh track.
It is commonly thought that the laugh tracks were first used with shows filmed without live audiences. However, CBS sound engineer Charlie Douglas began using his laugh tracks to augment the laughter of shows filmed live as well as those that were pre-recorded.
In order to produce the sound of laughter, Charlie Douglas built a wooden wheel 28 inches across and glued a reel of pre-recorded laughs to its outer edge. Douglas would turn a key and the wheel would spin, creating the sound of natural laughter. And, much like the ill-fated McCune Show, his prototype fell apart a few months after it was created.
Douglas went on to expand this prototype, which later became the Chamberlain Music Master, and eventually the Mellotron. The idea didn't gain much traction until the late 50s, because many producers thought that it was a cheap trick to incorporate a mechanism for laughter.
Ultimately, with shows being increasingly pre-recorded to allow for the picture-perfect editing before they were aired, the laugh track was used more and more until it became embedded in the industry itself. By the mid-1960s, Douglas had monopolized the feat of laugh manipulation, and nearly every show used his laugh track tech.
I guess you could say that that's no laughing matter.
And now we're gonna stuff our way to...
National Teddy Bear Day! I'm pretty sure that almost every child has grown up with a teddy bear of some sort. Even if it wasn't your own, there was probably a teddy bear sitting in the corner at your parents' house.
The teddy bear was developed in the early 20th century by two different people seemingly simultaneously. Morris Mitchum in the US and Richard Stieff in Germany.
The stuffed bear was named after Theodore Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt got his nickname when he went on a bear hunting trip. He had yet to kill a bear, but everyone else on the hunting trip had already gotten one. One of the others on the trip chased a bear down, beat it, and tied it up.
They told Roosevelt to shoot it, but he said it was poor sportsmanship. He told them to put the bear out of its misery. Comics soon came out depicting the events of that day. The drawings continued to make the bear in the story smaller and cuter as time went on.
Morris Mitchum decided to make a stuffed version of these illustrations, and thus the teddy bear was born.
That's so crazy. I've always wondered if they named him because of a teddy bear, but the teddy bear came from Roosevelt.
Yeah. And that's why Teddy Roosevelt actually didn't really like Teddy being his nickname. Because it was more so making fun of the fact that he couldn't get a bear.
Meanwhile, these other men, true men, are just beating him right in the face. Slapping a bear in its ugly mug.
Tying him up and throwing him in a corner and saying, "Here you go, Theodore. Get you one."
So, grab a teddy bear, snuggle up, and do a few Sudokus, or watch your favorite sitcom on this day.
Today of all days.
Today of all days.
And we will see y'all Monday.
Bye.